Good afternoon. I hope all of you had a fantastic day, and if you didn't, hopefully it'll get better when you see me. Anyways, welcome to the Sabrina God channel. I'm just coming in really quick. I know that yesterday was supposed to be my last day, but when I looked at one of those video uploads, I realized that I went love overboard. It was a lot of things I was saying because I was kind of, I was lit. But I will tell you this, just, as I do a little revising, half of everything that I said was true, almost about 80%. I'll give it 90%. And the reason why I give it 90% is because 5% was when I said I was bad. Like, I ain't bad in that way, like bad, getting in trouble. And the other five was when I said people arrive for me. Honey, let me tell you something. Don't nobody, I don't have a big squad like that, here where I'm from. I'm just out here all alone, all alone. um, well, let me be serious. Like, I don't have no connects like that. And then the third thing was okay. So that was about like 250, and then the other 250 would be or the other two and a half would be that my grandpa John. I don't know what his belief was because I never met him. I never really asked. I never asked my dad, my grandmother, or my great grandmother, or anyone about him. So I don't know like what he believed in. I just knew that about him and what kind of character he had, and so. Yeah, he didn't bother anybody like that, but he didn't play. And that one encounter I was explaining only happened, one time because they, really told me he was just like a quiet man. He ain't bother nobody, but he got into it with someone at the bar, so it wasn't that big. I made it big. I did. Yes. Yes. And I'm 1000% sober right now, just FYI. So I have had nothing to drink. I am absolutely sober. And so, um, yeah, that's why I said about 90% of me was just what it was. I was just lit, but I had to clear those three things up. Yeah, I had to clear those three things up real quick. But the fourth thing I would like to talk about, per my live, um, per my video upload yesterday, was that I said that Israel had invaded Rafah, and according to reports, news sources from President Joe Biden, they have not gone into Rafah yet. And I could have sworn I saw a report that said that they actually bombed Rafah yesterday, but I guess it was wrong, and so I have to correct where I'm wrong at so it won't mislead anyone. So they did not get bombed yesterday. They actually have not gone into Rafah, but if they attempt to go into there, that's where those sanctions I was talking about with him, putting on shipments and everything like that will occur because the Palestinians are not bothering anyone. They are just trying to regroup, get their life back together, and that's absolutely hard to do when you've been ran from your land just because of who you are and no other reason. Well, because this is supposed to be blamed on Hamas. And I don't know what kind of deal, again, Hamas and the Prime Minister of Israel have. I don't know if they're working together in this thing and making it, you know what I'm saying, like that. But at the same time, destroying the people. Either way it go, both are wrong. Hamas initiated it, and Israel just did not, stop bombing and completely out of order to even bother that strip for sure. So we can most definitely give President Joe Biden credit on that. And what else? There something happened today with DA Fannie Willis. I'm getting ready to look into it now. Most definitely was my last day peeping in a courtroom of YSL for sure. With that trial that's going on, did peep in a courtroom. Did I would just in my opinion, and that's all I'm gonna say is in my opinion, my vision, my perception. I thought that was all I was gonna say, but it just kept on coming out. But I would just most definitely say that, when because I've noticed, I've said this before, DA Love, she never, when there's a objection, like she will keep, she would say, okay, she would say, thank you, Your Honor, I'll rehearse the question, or I'll rehearse the question, or I'll revise the question. She'll say something like that when she been objected. And today though, the judge, he let her go some, but he was on her today. He did. Yeah, but it's like when she objects to something, she has time to revise it, revise the question and everything. But when a defense, when the defense is up there and they get an objection, it's just like they have to move on. They don't have time to ask the question in another form, so on and so what. And if they do, it's like a limit on it. Like she get like 12 times and the defense might get like 4. You know what I mean? It's just like, but anyways, it's just crazy. Hopefully, it'll all come together, but he did kind of, get her in order. It's just like she still found a way. If he says no, that will not be admitted. No, that's an objection. It's just like she'll find a way. So I would just encourage the defense to fight, just that hard with some ground though. Like the next time when somebody called objection and she continue on like the defense tried to today, if I was the defense, I'd say objection, Your Honor, basis. You just objected to it. And I don't know if you can do that or not, but I swear that I'm sure it has to be legal. Yes, it is legal because I remember hearing, something like that before because you've already ruled on it. Yes, for real. Like, you got to be on it because, as soon as she sat down, even though the defense had objection after objection, some sustained, some overruled, once she sat down, oh, she didn't even give them time to get no words out, and the judge did correct it. But I'm just saying, she was a objection, and then she ain't have one objection. She had like 3 objections. Man, all I can tell you is you gotta play back even, but you better have you some good case law, some good foundation. I still, I agree. Not still, because I don't think I've covered this, but I was looking at the legal analyst, and I think it's the Manolo case, Manolo case, concerning Section 404B. Short, I'm gonna say to Mr. Short, I would, even though the judge has ruled on it, and please don't get up there with that, because a 414 warrant judge is not a happy judge. Even though Miss Love, she don't never forewarn sometimes, but that's why she's been getting shut down lately. She was getting away with it at first, to me, in my opinion, but 404B just seems like it does apply in a way. Well, I don't know what he's. I guess but it depends on when that video was made. I understand she had to have some type of foundation and everything, but I feel like that was already pretty, you know, solid within the foundation, with just like, how she's trying to say they know each other, they're associated. Okay. You know, everything else, I do feel like 404B could apply to that. I know what the judge said. But then I listened to him, tell the jurors, make sure you don't look on social media or anything, provided, outside of this court for evidence. But that's exactly how the investigators found their evidence on social media, not knowing if the person was a credible source or whatever. They just took what, they wanted to from the content creator and then most definitely put it in the case. And sometimes some things are true, sometimes it's not. I get it, but at the same time, I feel like 404B should have still applied to it. Some of it, at least some of it. So we'll see how it goes. Phone call, because like those record. Well, I don't know what all they consist of because that's when I got out the courtroom, so I have to see. I have to see later what all that entails before I pick that back up. Oh, okay. And I guess what they would. I should have thought this out a little bit more. I might have to. I thought 404B would apply because they started talking about other things that had happened, even though she was laying foundation. I felt like the foundation was already laid. So for her to try to put that in there, I do kind of still feel like that's 404B, but I need to look into something else, a little bit more to see that. But yeah, I got that from my legal squad. The breakdown of what 404B is, even though I was watching that case, because, they be on it. So, God, thank you for covering them. Thank you. Because people just, anything that I'm concerned about or show interest about, people be having just a tantrum about any little thing. So we got that straight. We got that right. Okay. What else I wanted to say? Um, Far from a whore. As you see, I stay inside. I don't be doing nothing. I'm just as chill, just as all woman. Sure is. You know, I carry myself very well. What else I wanna say? Because people got me messed up. The only person that can get people right about you is you. So, and sometimes when that's did, it's still not enough, but it is what it is. I just thought that I should say that. Oh, and I do want to say, most definitely, speaking of that, I thought it was very interesting how, Trump bust out DA Fannie Willis. He was like Fonny, like Fanny and stuff. And the way that I heard Stormy Daniels describe how he was booted over in them PJs and she had to roll up that paper or whatever to hit him on his behind. I was sick of it. You tooted your funny up? Okay. So, yeah, that old Stormy. I knew it was gonna be a stormy day as soon as she got up there and testified. I knew that for sure. One more thing about the YSL trial. Those reports. I don't know. My colleague showed a report, and I'm just like, if that's the report that he was reading from on the witness stand, ain't no way. Mm. I know the defense did not get away. I mean, let them get away with that. Because nothing in that report had anything to do with the questions that Miss Loved asked. And that's why, and I encourage them to look at everything that she admits, even though they said she has seen it. Just because she's been caught lying before. She been caught lying before, and can have her way of getting around the judge's rulings. I would have to see everything that she admits, everything like ASAP, because oh, Miss Love. Oh yeah, she'll try to get one over for real. She'll try to get over. So I just encourage them to the defense to do that. I don't care how many times you seen that evidence. If she didn't admit it when you saw it, you better look at it again, cause ain't no way. I'm still not good with that report. If that's the report that I saw, and that's what they were asking him questions off, that little tiny page report, after all these years of is supposedly investigating this group. This is all you have, 4 pages. The money that you said that the gentleman paid you, it wasn't nowhere in the what? It wasn't submitted in no evidence. You didn't file it in no case. You went and spent that 200. So like I said, something ain't right in a lot of places. But if they keep on, you know, it'll be revealed, because officials have to be held accountable too. That's just like the situation with the young airman, where the police busted in his door, but they said, the police had the wrong apartment. Stuff like that has to stop. They should still be held accountable, because you should have did a thorough investigation. And why should you have did a thorough investigation before you went and you not kicked down somebody's doors? Because we can never forget Brianna. Yeah. This has already happened. It's already been big marches, big protests, everything like that for Brianna. And, I don't know where they are on that case, but just because something happened, that is just precedence to let us know that, something needs to change with the way things are being handled, without oppressing and suppressing people's rights, to make sure it's handled correctly, and it lets us know that, if no one's held accountable, they'll keep doing it, because apparently that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. Her life wasn't enough. It was no reason. You didn't even have probable cause, and you had the wrong door, but you still fired shots in the house. When would this stop? Somebody needs to be held accountable. Investigations need to be more accurate and more thorough. They shouldn't just be put together, giving people giving officials the leadway to possibly, harass and torture people and threaten people that shouldn't even be threatened or harassed or arrested, much less. So it's just something to correct, and I truly believe that is a choice. It's a choice not to investigate properly. It's a choice to not have everything together once you feel like you have a potential suspect or a hot pursuit. You got to have the evidence to back it up. Where's your foundation to feel like this young airman's home should have been intruded into, and he should have been shot down for dead? When you knocked and he asked who is it, and you didn't say nothing, and the type of times we're living in, he had to get his gun. You didn't say anything, but you hear me saying, who is it? You should have identified yourself. Wrong. That was wrong. Then you bust in and found him with a gun and started shooting him. But if anyone would have did that to any of those officials that did that to this young man on today, they would be wanting justice. They would be wanting to have justice. They would say that this was wrong. It's unjust. I just used this example the other night, even before this even happened. So it's unfortunate. It really is. So I just encourage you to encourage all to stay out of trouble. Do what's right. Don't get into nobody else's mess. And I know, you know, with wisdom exactly what kind of mess I'm talking about. Mess that you don't know both sides to. All you can do is stay true within it. And if you still see fit to get involved, just make sure you can de-escalate the matter. And if you can't, don't say don't say nothing at all. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Um, Again, I know a lot of people try to affiliate me with a group or whatever, and at the end of the day, I'm all just for the truth. I am so neutral. Period. I'm neutral, 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 neutral. Just for the truth, just for pure justice. That's all it's about at the end of the day. So, without anything else being said, and I think I have pretty much said everything that I need to say. Yeah. Mm, yeah. I'm thinking. I'm just thinking. Let me see. I'm thinking. Yeah, I think that's it. Have a good weekend. Be careful. Stay true in all you do. And enjoy. I keep on feeling like I'm leaving some now